today I just want to demystify some of the challenges that set us back from doing what we want to do. The Apostle Paul says that I know what I ought to do, but I do not do it. And it's just something that is a part of life and it hinders us. So I just want to chat around some of these things. And for me, this thing is important because all of us have dreams, all of us have a purpose in life. And it is something that's built into us. A lot of us, since we're kids, we're always dreaming. We're dreaming around how we're going to be playing. We're dreaming around what we want. My mom tells a story that when she was young, she worked very hard at school so she could have a job, a good paying job, and buy as much condensed milk as possible and have a room full of condensed milk just so that she can enjoy herself. So if you can think about it these days, it's just the equivalent of working very hard so that you can just have a house full of chocolates. Well, as we grow up, we realize that some dreams are not so valid, but God has built each of every one of us. He's built in us a dream. The Apostle Jeremiah says that I know the plans I have, the prophet, the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you. So there are things that we need to achieve, but it's not that easy. We all know that we start, we stop, we building as we are legacy builders. We are building, we start something, we don't make it, then there's a gap. And these are some of the things that I just want to say your dream is valid, but there's a mindset shift. There's a reprogramming that we need to reprogram ourselves each and every day as we make progress towards our purpose, towards our destiny. So this is something I grapple with on a daily. And these days I'm even grappling with the concept of being busy versus being productive, where sometimes as entrepreneurs, as leaders, as business owners, we view business as a badge of honor. To be like, hey, I've got so many meetings, I'm meeting stakeholders, bank, accountants, clients, this, that, I'm in and out all over the show. But the question that is falling in my spirit is, how productive is each and every one of my action? Sometimes it's a badge of honor to be like, guys, my diary is full. But with every action, is there something that it produces? Are you being fruitful with every action? And some of the lessons I've had to learn is being a bit more selfish with my time. One of the biggest distractions is this. I'm still grappling with it as well. I normally, just to cope, I put it on silent. And I was looking for my phone the other day, and I'm asking my family around the house to help me look for my phone. And I'm like, hey, they like, obviously call it. I'm like, my phone lives on silent. They're like, why does it live on silent? I'm just like, for me personally, I'm trying to minimize distractions, the amount of sales calls I get, irrelevant calls. So I personally want to look at my phone when I look at it. This is one of the ways I am managing distractions. So why do I digress in that manner? I'm just saying that a lot of us have things that we want to do, but business versus productivity is not the same thing. And this is a guardrail that we need to put around ourselves as business leaders, as entrepreneurs, because it is so easy to pile on things. And I always speak about the matrix around urgent versus important, not urgent versus important. We need to get better at prioritizing ourselves. So now, what do we need to know around the things that hinder us when we want to achieve our purpose and just go and achieve the things that we want to achieve? And the first thing is believe in yourself. Yes, we've heard it, but do you really believe in yourself? And your brain is quite a wonderful thing, and your brain knows you know yourself, and it's around you believing in yourself from the deepest part of your soul and even in your subconscious. Because sometimes we say we believe, but even though we say it verbally, our actions and our demeanor and even just our subconscious mind doesn't believe us. And some of the tools that I've been using over the years to reprogram myself into believing in myself is to actually start doing what I say I'll do. So we know ourselves, and think of yourself in third person, another person. Let's say you've got a family member, aunt, uncle, friend who always says, "Yeah, so yeah, I'll help you out." Yeah, and they agree to something, but they don't fulfill it. So what ends up happening to you? You end up knowing what's yeah, yes in usipo. Yeah, sure. I like him, good friend, good cousin. But when it comes to depending on him, I can't depend on him. So this is another mindset shift in you as well. So your subconscious mind knows whether it can trust you, like you can trust yourself. Because when you make promises to yourself, you deliver on your promises to yourself. And when you do not deliver on the promises to yourself, your subconscious mind starts learning not to believe in you. And then there's an eroding of trust. So the first thing, the first hindrance that we need to work at as leaders is actually believing in ourselves and reprogramming ourselves day by day into doing what we say we will do for ourselves. And the more we do baby steps, small things, to be like, I said, I'll start waking up at this time, and I do it. I said I'd follow up on a lead. This is my process of following up, and I do it. The more you do things to yourself, the self trust builds up in you, and then you start trusting yourself with big things. Jesus says, it's a verse I was reading earlier this week, where he says that if you can be trusted with little things, then you can be trusted with much. So this is also what happens in your own brain. When you deliver for yourself in small things, then you tend to trust yourself in bigger things. So as you build this muscle of self-belief, do what you say you will do. And then something else I just want to share with you. It's a tool that's really helped me. I think I shared it last year, beginning of the year as well, where it's around facts and how you interpret facts. This is a powerful tool to help you reprogram yourself, to say facts and in and of themselves are neutral, but it is the emotion and the interpretation that we attribute to whatever's happening around us and in us that determines whether it's positive or negative. So let's say you're learning to ride a bike and you fall off the bike. It's a fact. You fell off a bike. Whether it's positive or negative then becomes what you attribute to it. So the positive part of it is you ride, you fall, you're like, I got 2 steps down. Well, I tried. What did I learn through this? I learned that this is how I can balance myself better. I can get back on the bike. And then you attribute positive emotion to it. Then you hype yourself up and you keep going. So it's the same fact. You fell off the bike. You saw the progress. Yeah, 2 steps, better than nothing. This is how I recalibrate. This is how I continue. Another way of it, looking at it, is same fact. You fall off the bike and it's like, I'm never doing this again. I can't do this. This is so painful. Same fact. Just the way we look at it that determines whether it's positive or negative. And the more we program ourselves to shift our paradigm, whether things are painful or just not working out the way we want them to work out, it's that paradigm shift that helps us keep going. And this thing around the negativity, the more negative thoughts, they still doubt. And when we have doubt, we have the faith that things will not work out the way we want them to work out. When I heard that, I was like, wow, it blew my mind to be like, the more negative I am saying that I do not believe in what I want to happen will happen. And sometimes it's valid. It's valid. Like right now, if I set out to go climb Kilimanjaro, let's not even go to Mount Everest. I am not a climber. I'm not prepared. If I woke up today and I'm saying, hey, let me go climb Kilimanjaro, seeing how the professional mountain climbers do it, the amount of exercise, the amount of preparation they need to do, I already have doubt that I'll do it. So what do I need to do? If I really wanted to do it, I need to find out what exercise do I need to do? What skill do I need to leverage? And start turning that doubt, that believing that I can't do it, and putting in the framework and the skills to actually get to where I need to get. So as we cover that point, as we going to our destinies, going to our purpose, we need to believe in ourselves. And we will believe in ourselves when we do what we say we will do, and we fulfill the promises that we make to ourselves. It's easy to fulfill promises to other people, but we need to get good at fulfilling promises to ourselves. So, fam, thank you for joining. Please hit me up in the comments and share with us and the community what are the tools you use to increase the belief that you have in yourself. And then the second thing I want to chat around is actually believing that progress is attainable. You say, I can hear you saying that this sounds the same as point number one, to be like, you said I must believe in myself. Now you're saying that I must believe that progress is attainable for you. Yes, it is different. One is just believing intrinsically in yourself. Secondly, it's, do you believe that progress is available for you? It's easy to see other people grass greener on the other side, and you just feel like, yeah, these things are reserved for other people. I am Zulu, and we've got a saying, it's like some people were just born lucky. They've just got this Midas touch. Whatever they do turns to gold. But do you actually, truly believe that the dreams, the things that you want to achieve are not just reserved for other people? They can be yours as well. And this is this is something that you need to just believe. And the more you act on your belief, that's when you can tell that, do you actually believe that this thing is attainable? And as I've said, even in the first example, is if your faith is low, and even if your belief is low, I encourage you to pretty please hang out with the people who already are playing in the area that you want to play in, who are already doing the things that you want to do, who are excelling. We call them role models, we call them peers, mentors, but find yourself in those circles. I can't tell you the amount of times where I'd be hanging out with people, we're having conversations, and then they just drop like casually to be like, hey, yeah, I've been working on a deal with this person. These are my challenges. Yo, and I look at their challenges and I'm like, wow, this person is so far ahead. I love the way they think. And that type of thinking rubs off on me. Like hanging out with other entrepreneurs, hanging out with other leaders, bouncing things with people who are ahead of you. So get into the habit of hanging out with people who are above you, people who can pour things into your life and share things. Somebody said that if you are always the smartest person in the room, if you're the one who always has the answers, then the progress for you is limited in life. So I'm encouraging you to say the mindset shift is to hang around the people, hang around the rooms, and let your mindset shift and start believing that these things are attainable for you. And the third thing is, as you now take the moves to activate and action your goal, you need to keep going. We hear it a lot. It's not easy, but it's just a fact of life. Consistency is what gets you through. And you just need to keep pushing through. I love the saying of failing forward. In the world of software, when we were studying Scrum, we still do Agile. It's about failing fast, trying something, seeing how it works, and if you fail, you get up and try again. So today, I want to leave you with fail forward, keep going. And the beauty of it is a lot of us love thinking and we love planning. We're like, yeah, this is how I'll do it. This is it. And when you are in your mind, things are easy. Things are neat in your plans. But when you start doing things are messy. Hey, things are uber messy. I'll make a plan. Just an example to be like, hey, this is how the route I thought I would take. I've contacted a supplier. Then they'll deliver. Courier says that they'll take 3 days, and then I will just take it, unpack it. But when you're now living and doing what you've planned, it's messy. You realize that suppliers can be delayed. You realize that couriers can be delayed. You realize that stock can get damaged during courier. So when you're in the thick of things, that's when you really realize what it really takes, and reality really confronts you. And I think this is just how it's been created by God. So, like, it's easy to think about something when it's far from you, and that's the lure that pulls you in. Because if you knew all the challenges that you were going to face before you even started the journey, you wouldn't even start. There are some things that I'm in the middle of, where I'm just like, yazin benyapi moingwele benyapi, I was fine where I am. And I'm even reminded by the story of the children of Israel, where they were left Egypt, they were going to the promised land, and it was like, yeah, we've left Egypt, we're no longer slaves, we're going to our own land. And then things started getting tough along the way. They had enemies, there were snakes, there was this, there was that, and they would cry out and be like, Moses, why did you take us out of Egypt to be bitten by snakes? The onions and the whatever of Egypt was better than what we are experiencing now. But they all knew what was in the promised land. And finally, when we get to the story, the promised land was epic. Grapes the size of the big honey, a lot of things, good fruit, good produce. But that wilderness period was tough. And when they were in that wilderness period, they thought and cried to go back. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that point number 3 is keep going. Consistency is the key. It's not easy, it's never easy. And if you knew how hard it would be from when you started to when you end, you would not start. So that's why there's that allure of let's keep going, yay, promised land. But you shall be in the wilderness. And as you are in the wilderness, fail forward. Be in community with other leaders, with other entrepreneurs who will hold you accountable, who will pick you up. You need people who to be like, hey guys, get bed. And then they help you out. They're like, hey, have you thought of this? Then they give you their networks, they hook you up. People who will just help you think, who will run through your proposal and be like, hey, do it like ABC. Hey, this is how I've done it before. Keep going, be in that community and fail forward. If you try something, it doesn't work, what is the lesson that you can learn from that action? Because you learn your lessons by acting. If you think you're just going to learn by sitting and things are just going to work out, they will not work like that. So I am saying keep going. Consistency is the key, and fail forward. And then lastly, I want to say seize opportunities. Opportunities, there's a writer who says that generally they don't come in glitz and glam, they come as hard work. Opportunities sometimes come when you're not ready, where you feel like this is too big for me, this I can't handle, am I good enough? Seize opportunities. I have the saying that I say to my team, to anybody who will listen, that shoot your shot. I'm trying to think. I saw something I also read that you miss 100% of the opportunities that you don't take, or any shot at goal. It was a hockey player was saying, any shot that I don't shoot at goal, I've already lost that shot. So what am I saying? That seizing opportunities is very important for achieving your destiny and achieving your purpose. And these opportunities sometimes are not glamorous. Sometimes they are hard work. Sometimes they come when you are not ready, where it's like, hey, can you please assist with this presentation? And you're thinking to yourself, my goodness, I get so nervous talking to people. Will I be good? How will I sound? But if you don't take that opportunity, there are things that you're missing out on. And what I generally tell people in the corporate space, to be like, it's very important for your career growth to be known by the right people, by the people who are decision makers. And how do you get known? You get known by seizing opportunities. Every time you're in a meeting, it's an opportunity to say what you think and contribute to the solution positively. The more positive you contribute to your solution, your peers start learning that they can depend on you. Your management starts seeing that there is potential in you. You're actually good. And other stakeholders start building a rapport with you because you are seizing opportunities. I see a lot of the time that people struggle with seizing opportunities where they look down on themselves. Hence, point one, believing in yourself. To be like, oh yeah, but yeah, these other guys have said it better. Yeah, these other people have said it. But if you are not seizing opportunities, you will not grow. So when your supplier gives you an opportunity, when your client gives you an opportunity, believe in yourself. And if you do not know, figure out, go to your accountability triangle, your mentors, your sponsors, and your colleagues. Like, guys, how do I do it? What support do I need to do? Speak a lot around collaboration, and that you don't need to go at things alone. So whenever there's an opportunity, seize it. Sometimes opportunities do not come again, and you will be crying and be like, oh, I missed that. I've spent enough time and a lot of time with senior leaders, people who are way older than me, when they start accounting, to be like, hey, I remember a time when an opportunity came and I felt that I was not ready and I let it go. So as I'm saying is, shoot your shot. I've got such interesting stories where I've had suppliers shoot me a message. And I remember one of the guys I love working with is Les from Milestone Studios. He literally sent me a message and said, hey, this is what I do. I'd love to be of service of you. And guess what? It happened that I needed that type of supply, and we hooked up. He shot his shots. And another powerful example is, I've seen people who are underqualified for a role or a post actually shoot their shot and send in their CV and just believe for the best, where they were looking for a seniors and then a junior straight out of varsity sent in their CV. And you never know what's going on behind closed doors. You never know if the team has a deadline to be like, hey guys, you've had 3 months to fill this position. I don't care what you do, fill it. And then what happens? You've shot your shot, and then they're just like, was. You may not be qualified, but was. You never know. Like, you would shoot your shot with a client, with a proposal, and you're bidding against big corporates, and you just shoot your shots, and then they're just like, hey, I like your tenacity. You may not, and they overlook whatever you were doubting yourself on. And many times you will not win, but every shot that you do not take is a missed shot. So what am I saying? I'm saying seize opportunities and shoot your shot. So as we land this plane, and what am I saying? I'm saying that as we build as entrepreneurs, as we build as leaders, there is a mindset shift, there's a reprogramming and a constant reprogramming that we need to install in our software, that we need to constantly check ourselves. And I'm constantly checking myself, repenting, adjusting, and seeing how I get better. And as I said, firstly, it's busyness is not the same as productive. Let us keep evaluating everything that we do, everything that our teams are doing to say, is this activity leading to productivity? Then we need to believe in ourselves. The more we do what we say we will do to ourselves, then our subconscious starts believing in us, and we can start believing in ourselves and having confidence to achieve great things. Secondly, is believe that progress is attainable for you, that these things are not reserved for other people. They're not reserved for the wealthy, for the well-off, for those who are born in royalty or who are born in money or who are born in first world countries. If you believe that it is attainable for you, now faith is being sure of what you hope for, certain of what you do not see. Are you certain? Do you have faith in yourself? And keep going. If you knew the level of trouble and the level of difficulty that you would face along the road, you would not even start. So fail forward, try, fail, adjust your plan, get help, get inputs, get people who have walked the journey, get people who are better than you to pour out their insights. And I can't tell you how happy people normally are to help and advise along the way. And then lastly, seize opportunities and shoot your shot. Any shot, any ask that you do not ask is a missed opportunity. So even Jesus says, seek, ask, knock. Whoever asks will be given. Whoever seeks will find. So shoot your shot, seize opportunities. If an opportunity seems big, then get people who will help you and collaborate. And speaking of big opportunities, even as opportunities have not come to you, prepare yourself so that when an opportunity comes, you are ready. If it's an opportunity in your sphere, make sure that in your down season, you are getting ready for that opportunity. So with that, fam, it's always a pleasure. Let me check the chats. I see Nana saying, thank you for the inspiring words. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing that encouragement on the chat. Fam, also excited to announce that my book, The Employed Entrepreneur, is coming out this spring. Please pre-order on my website, The Employed Entrepreneur. This is where I speak to you who wants to start a business whilst you have a full-time job. Here I'm saying that your job is a blessing. You can build a thriving business in the comfort of a salary as you test and build your ideas. So fam, please show some love and pre-order your book, and it's going to be a blessing to you. Always a pleasure having you. Oh, Commander, thank you very much for the powerful stuff. Thank you for the words of encouragement. And I will see you again next week. If there's anything you'd love me to cover, any subject, always happy to chat on DM, also on chat on WhatsApp. With that, thank you very much for joining. Please like, please subscribe. If this content is a blessing to you, please also share it with other business leaders, entrepreneurs, and let us build our businesses. Let us build our organizations. Let us build a legacy, things that will outlast us. And with that, thank you very much and peace.